4.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL17. I'm sitting here with Smart Alec.
I've been called worse. I can live with that.
And you almost were.
Fortunately, we got to 3, so it was. We're back live.
It's time for This Week in Real Estate with Bob Zador. How are you, sir?
I'm good.
Good. Busy week?
Yes, it has been.
It's a good week.
Yeah, some good showings, and she was out on a listing appointment, and we closed a couple of deals left over from last year, and so it's been good. It's been steady. Internet's still moving right along as far as inquiries and things like that. That's the important thing. The people they were kind of stuck in their house with the weather. Bad weather kind of covered a bigger area than just Mountain Home.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And so people who were stuck at home and schools canceled and things like that, how long do you think we're going to stay here? That kind of stuff. And or where do you want to start to make plans for to go this summer and start? People that are making the journey and going to different places. Darlene's got a couple of people that have come down that they're making kind of a little tour of the general area, from Memphis to Oklahoma, just kind of see what's in this area.
Compare.
Because, because you can, and we tell people you can buy 3 bedrooms, 2 baths in a lot of places, but you can't buy the quality of life that we have here anyplace else.
Mm-hmm. Which is wonderful.
And we know that because of dealing with people that have been looking at 3 bedrooms, 2 baths in a lot of places, and then they come here and they go, wow.
How many people would you say over the years make the decision on their first trip?
A surprisingly large number.
Really?
Yeah.
Those are the ones that are absolutely ready to go and ready to go now.
Yeah, and some of them didn't realize they were ready to go. They thought they were just kind of looking. They started to look, and they started, came down to get some information and stuff, but they never went anyplace else. They sat down with a local. They were like, we don't need to go anyplace else. This is just what we want.
Right.
And we're not for everybody. We don't have the nightlife. We don't have things that other bigger areas have got. But they're all within striking distance. You can go to Costco now. You can go to Sam's. You can go to the places, and it's not that far. Mm-hmm. Mileage-wise, if you tell somebody how far it is to drive, they're like, I ain't going there, because they're used to driving that in the bigger metropolitan areas. That's a journey. Mm-hmm. I can go for the time. I can make it all the way up to Springfield for the time it used to take me to get to O'Hare.
Well, I've used that
and it's a
scenario.
bad drive.
I've used that scenario several times over the years. People say, well, you drive so far to get to Springfield to do whatever you want to do. And, okay, where are you from? Well, I live in Grand Prairie, Texas. Where do you work? Well, I live in Dallas. How long does it take you to get there? Oh, sometimes an hour.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So go an hour from Mountain Home. An hour and a half, you're Branson.
But it's a nice drive. That's the bigger part.
It's a comfortable drive.
Not exactly. You can look at the cows and you can look at the scenery and everything else, and you don't really realize what how you're doing. Mm-hmm. That's really the biggest part of the travel here.
And if you're in a metropolitan area and you're driving into Chicago or into a Dallas or into even an Oklahoma City or Tulsa, and you're worried about road rage, you're not worried about the deer running out of you.
Right. That's your biggest concern. That's true. Some deer come blasting across the front of you. That's the only thing you don't have to worry about.
We come in from Alma the night, and this is way off rabbit trail here. I counted 37 deer from the time we left that high school until we got to Fayetteville.
Wow.
37 deer.
They're out, especially when the weather broke.
Oh, yeah, and the weather was pretty nice.
Yeah, because they've got to replenish, got to eat up.
You're talking about the internet being active and people still going to retiredarkansas.net and finding you guys way here in Arkansas.
Yep.
And I say way here, it's because people come from all over, and they're coming via the internet from all over the world. They can do that, not just Cotter.
And that's really made the biggest change over the past 25 years or so in real estate. I mean, when we were looking in the early 2000s, the internet isn't what it is now. But now you can do that. You can be anywhere, and you just kind of, okay, where were you thinking about retiring? Mm-hmm. And they may pick a state a day. I don't know how, some of them you don't know how they come up with their formula for what they're looking for. But if you put retirement in Arkansas in the same line, we're going to come up.
Yeah.
And I've done some talks down in Little Rock, actually. There was some things, some functions that were held down there regarding that. And that was how the state found us at the time, was because of the domain name. Mm-hmm. And that was, Linda got that. And
it was a good choice.
it was an excellent choice. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. But that's people, and that's how they do it. I mean, they start to look, and you just start to wander. You know how it is. You get online, and you start to go, and you end up down these little rabbit holes here and there. But when they get here, and the photos that we have on there, you know, we have all positive things on the website, and we have all positive things to say about the area, obviously, because it is. I mean, it's God's country. And like I say, not for everybody, but for many, many, as we can see by the population increases, you know, by the number of homes that were sold over the past couple of years, there's a lot of real estate got sold over the past couple of years.
Do you have a contact us page on your
Yeah,
website?
yeah, there's a bunch of spots, little boxes on there that you can click here, click there.
So how long does it take, and I'm sure it's Miss Linda and not
Oh,
Mr. Z that
yeah,
answers
oh, yeah.
those. How long does it
Yeah.
take her to get to those?
Oh, she gets to them pretty quick. I mean, she spends it. That's what she does all day. She
There
sits
is nothing more aggravating than hitting a contact us button and then never hearing back.
Oh yeah, no, that's
3 weeks ago, I was helping an elderly lady in Northwest Arkansas. She's trying to find an attorney. 3 weeks ago, I filled out this contact us because that's what you do.
yeah, because they don't answer the phones or anything.
3 days later, I did it again. 4 days later, I did it again. I'm on my 5th attempt, and they won't answer their phone.
Right.
You know, so it's like, the sad part about it is I know this attorney. Yeah. So contact us, and
Contact us, and she will.
she'll get to you.
She'll get to you. She may have one of the kids get to you. You know, she may have Darlene, depending upon, like, if you mention in there, you know, what area you're looking at. Or if you're looking up in Missouri, she'll probably give it to Darlene. You know, we farm it out. That's the idea of the team, is that we don't have to do all the work. That's what the team is for. And
And
everybody has
just
their
for
own
clarification, when Bob says she may have one of the kids contact you,
Well,
she's
yeah,
not
that
talking
would-
about one of the teenagers. She's
Yeah,
talking
no,
about
no.
one of the team members
Yes.
that work with the Z team.
right, and it's just it's not a derogatory thing. It's just kind of how they're the kids, because to me they are the kids.
Right. Right.
They're all grown men and women.
What's the numbers look like?
This week in real estate, there were. Come back here. There you go. Oh, look at that, and even stayed with me. There were 41 new listings came on the market. One commercial property, 8 parcels of land, 32 homes came on the market. They range in price from $86,000 to $679,000. There were 6 of those that had taken backups this week, whereas that hasn't been the case in a couple of weeks where we've had backups coming in. So the market is starting to get there. The interest rates are getting better. There's a change in what's going on around us. There are 21 sales, 5 parcels of land, 16 homes sold. They range in price from $136,000 to $470,000. Average sales price this week was $241,000 with 93 days on market. 3 properties expired. There were 14 residential price changes, and there's 14 residences waiting to close. Currently, we're at 311 homes on the MLS. Year-to-date comparison, for this year, there's been 45 homes have sold with an average sale price of $233,000 with 98 days on market. There's some weather involved in some of this.
Yeah, about 10 days worth.
Yeah. Whereas last year in the same time and date up till the 31st of January, actually, they were, in 2023, there were 65 residences sold. The average sale price last year was $193,000 with 85 days on market. I think that as we were down 9% in volume last year, and looking at this, I mean, it's hard to do in 1 month, obviously, but it seems like we're down again. But I think the weather comes into that, so I'm not as concerned with that. Mortgage applications were up on the nationwide. That's a good thing, because a lot of people that come here need to sell their home to get here. That those mortgage applications in other places mean more to us than here, because they're selling their homes. And once they sell their homes, I mentioned last week the number it's over almost 50% of people come in and pay cash here. So the mortgage applications here don't mean as much to me as they do nationwide.
Did you get an interest rate report from Missouri Home Mortgage?
I did. I have one right here, and the rates as of 2 days ago. The interest rates on a conventional fix were 6% with a 1% origination fees. All he said was 1%. A 30-year FHA is $550. A rural development is $575. A 15-year is 5.375. So that's really, you're getting into where people can do that. And the same thing with VA loans. So they're running, and that's obviously, that's all credit and all the things. There's a lot more goes into it than just, I want that loan. Yeah, you got to
qualify.
You got to go, you got to work for it a little bit. But they're right in the 6 range. I don't. If you're thinking, well, we're just going to wait, we'll wait till it goes back to 4. It's not going to go back to 4. The economy is moving along very well right now. Even Larry Kudlow came out yesterday saying the economy is doing pretty well, and he says I got to give props to the way they're pulling this off. So that's a good sign for everybody, and that's why we got to look at this stuff as for everybody, not just some. And I think that we'll continue to see that going forward. You'll see, if the job market stays good, people feel better about themselves, and they're more apt to say, let's do this. Let's get out of mom's basement. Let's have a baby. Let's live life.
Don't have a baby in mom's basement.
Don't have.
Once the grandbabies start showing, you never get out.
That's right. You will be a prisoner in that house. You're right about that.
How do they get you?
Call Linda. Call my honey. Call Linda. 870-405-0793. The number's everywhere. 870-405-0793. The website, retiredarkansas.net. Great resource, stuff that you can send to people if you're, want relatives, friends, maybe not relatives, but you want friends to come down here. You can send them the link to the page, and we'll help them out any way we can. We do a lot of referral business from satisfied customers. We're going to be President Award winners for the 5th straight year.
Wow.
It's like, it really is. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything to all y'all, but it means everything to us, because it's based on customer satisfaction. It's not just the sales, it's the customer satisfaction surveys that people return, and there's over 500 of them on the website.
You had some breaking news you wanted to share?
Puxatawney Phil saw his shadow. Did not see his shadow, so it will be an early spring. And the chances of that happening are just as good as flipping a coin, probably. But it's breaking news.
But it works. This has been This Week in Real Estate with Bob Zadora. 870-405-0793 is the number. retiredarkansas.net is the website. We'll be back in just a moment with some basketball players. Thanks for joining us.